Hello, Prince. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you, Gary?
Good.
Finally catching up for some drinks, yeah.
Yes, good. No, it's long due. How long we know each other, and how did we meet?
Yeah. Look, we just met through family, didn't we? I think making a move down to Melbourne, and yeah, I think just met through your mum.
She's a lead generator.
Yeah,
She,
the ultimate lead generator.
yes. Look, I
That's
just
good.
want to take this opportunity to, just to get your feedback.
Yeah.
So there are heaps of buyers agents out there. What made you choose me and Bhavesh or Jasper Advocacy?
Look, you boys. I mean, again, you sort of, I think, opened my eyes to investment in a very different way than what my ideas were before that. I've went to like, I worked with a few different consultancies back in the day, but I think with you boys, I think it was more. It was very natural. It was very down to earth. It was very honest, but also very transparent. I think that was the main thing. I think just to sort of also understand numbers and making sure that the numbers are stacking up, and I think that they were, but getting that confidence by knowing that you guys are doing it yourself and it's a proven method. I was kind of quite aware, and I was quite happy to be paying you for the service, and that's the reason why I think I went with Jasper, and I still sort of hold the same feeling and the same confidence. Yeah.
That's good to know. So when you contacted us, when you got to us, what were you trying to achieve? For example, from an investment point of view, were you trying to pick one of the other from cash flow or the capital growth, or what were you trying to achieve?
To be honest, I think just to sort of understand that whatever that I just can't be making, like I just needed to find a way to invest the money, and that I was making through my business, and just to sort of find different sort of avenues to how to invest, and as I said to you before as well, because I always explore stock exchange, and sort of I had already developed an NDIS property. I myself have a business in that area. I think for myself, I think what was really important to understand that how can your money work better,
Yeah.
and how can your money work
Harder.
harder. Yeah, both from sort of again the cash flow perspective, and sort of from the capital growth perspective. Yeah, and when you mix that combo, it's a bit of a no-brainer, isn't it? Yeah.
At Jasper, what we call it is, so we buy a residential asset
Yeah.
and we focus on commercial returns.
Yeah.
So the growth is where growth is on the residential assets.
Yes.
So what people do is, like, during the early phase, they buy residential assets,
Yeah.
and when they are close to winding down, they just liquidate their assets and they buy commercial assets, so that they can have like 6%, 7%, 8%. But with our model, you buy a residential asset, so you keep on growing,
Yes.
and then you get commercial return.
Yeah, no, look, that's it. It makes sense, and as I've always sort of said to you, and I think in every sort of in any sort of deal that I'm looking with you, and I think for me, and that I've got everybody has their own sort of analogy in the way that I think they jump into investments. I think everybody has their own sort of bias, their own opinion by the understanding of the market that they have. I think the best thing that I was able to do with you, and I think again, it's I can still sort of operate within that model, like a little bit that what I understand, but also to sort of take on board what you have been able to bring on the table as well, which is those commercial returns, because I'm not really someone who would just want to park their money and just sort of wait that you're going to get the returns 15, 20 years down the line. I just don't believe in that model. Yeah, so I think just to sort of look at avenues and look at sort of different models where you can achieve that is really important. And I think with you, and I think you've been able to implement your experience and your skill set that you obtained by living in Tassie yourself, and by working with the local network there. And I think you've been able to establish that. It's the same thing what I do in my business. If someone comes to me and they go, yeah, if they want to use my experience, they're gonna have to pay the premium to do that. And and I believe in that. I don't shy away from paying people what they deserve.
Yeah.
And I think with you, that was the first clarity that I had. Yeah, yeah. So I'm paying you for the service, for the skill set that I don't have. That's it. Yeah. So and then capital growth plus the cash flow model.
Yeah.
And that definitely sort of it's pretty. The proof is in the pudding. Yeah.
So how many? So you want to tell our audience how many transactions we have done together so far? How many assets we have?
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be our third one. First one is the 7 Mile Beach property in Hobart. 5 minutes to the Hobart Airport, on the coastline. Really nice suburb, surrounded by 3 golf courses.
Do you want to share much about it? Like how much you bought it
Yeah,
for?
yeah. Not a problem. Yeah, look, I think it was probably more on the higher end of the Hobart average, which I didn't really mind to pay, because I think the analytics, and I think from my perspective, a lot of boxes were ticked because you're buying into a suburb which is surrounded by golf courses. It's got limited land supply, and it's got coastline on one end, and it's got Hobart Airport on the other. And the first inspection that we did, there were probably 40 people that turned out.
All were locals.
And they were all locals, yeah. So I think that really stood out to me because I always like to buy. I'm not really, I think I look for those things. Like if it's a busy market, just because there is a lot of investor activity, that could be just what pushed the prices up. But I think for me, when there is a owner occupied demand, that really just ticks a massive box for me because those are the people who are possibly, they're the high. They're the professionals who are probably earning $400,000, $500,000 a year, and they want to just buy a blue chip asset. So I think that was really good. I think you knowing David and the local agent, I think that really helped us to get that deal over the line. And then the second one in Cairns now in Yorkie's Knob, which again is showing good gross numbers, or like in the projections are pretty good. Again, nicer part of Cairns, Northern Beaches. Again, same strategy, I think, short-term rental. The value out of the back, yeah, it's got 800 square meters. That's the block size, and we can easily put a second dwelling at the back, which is great. I think I just got a local lead from the builder that probably in the next 4 or 5 years it can be subdividable as well, which is awesome. I mean, it's 10-minute walk to the beach, Yorkie's Knob. So looking forward to that. That's really good. And the third one that you just brought to the table, which is awesome, yeah. Like it's just on the smaller on the lower tier side of things, but great, diversifies my investment.
Yeah. So I just want to ask, in your investment journey with us, how actually involved you are. How does your day to day look like in terms of you running active business, and how does your day to day involvement look like with us?
Yeah, I think that's where you stand out. Yeah, Jasper really stands out with that. I think I would give you that because I had a similar dealing when I was constructing my NDIS property in the past. I think I would have appreciated if the consultancy that I was dealing with was more hands on. I think that's where you have developed a business model which is quite actively engaged and very hands on. Town planners, renovation teams. People on the ground who are doing day-to-day jobs like cleaning and sourcing things, buying furniture, from buying the property to listing the property on Airbnb, and making it go online and all the rest of it. I think it's an A to Z service, which is what I think which was another sort of really confident, which another aspect of your service that I was really confident about, and which really sold me as well, because I think it's really hard to find a buyer's agent who wants to stick with you and just actually run the plan after acquisition.
End to end.
Yeah. So I think that was really key for me because I didn't really want to just pay someone for me to sort of for them to source me a property. I think you definitely sort of stand out with that because you do that end-to-end service, and I think and it shows the extra commitment from your end, but also a good planning that the way that you've developed and Jasper Advocacy and the way that you've just kind of laid out the plan, which is awesome. Yeah.
The way me and Bhavesh, or the way the Jasper Advocacy looks at it, we look at an LTV, a long-term value. So we're not looking at doing one transaction, we look at doing multiple transactions.
Yeah.
So you do what you're good at in your day job, and we take care of the investment side of things.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good to hear feedback. Now, the other thing, you've spoken to most of our team members because we bought you 3 properties in 6 months time.
Yeah.
Now, tell us your experience working with the likes of Sam, Gagan, and obviously me, Bhavesh. Our virtual assistants, Kia. Tay.
Yeah.
How was the experience?
Yeah. Look, very, very pleasant, and I think it's all of your team. They're just normal people from normal walks of life. They're very humble, very down to earth, very honest, very, very honest, and I think it shows that you guys are really, you guys are a tight knit team, and it shows that because. I think even when you're talking to someone, let's say on the ground, like say someone like Sam, she's putting as much effort as you are at the top.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that really stands out, and that just kind of gives the investor, or a third party, let's say myself, engaging with Jasper Advocacy, gives me the confidence knowing that I can reach out to anyone and you would get the same commitment. That really shows through. I think it's not just that you charge the success fee or you onboard the client and then after that it's all just a downhill process. I think what someone gets with you, they get with someone on the ground in Hobart as well. I think that's really good. That's really assuring that your team goes out there and does the work, and all of you, Bhavesh and Gagan as well. So if you're not reachable, you're doing something else, you can always head out to touch base with the others, which is awesome.
It's not only about buying the asset. It's what we exactly do with it. So we do the strategy, we buy the asset, we design the asset, we furnish it, and then we operate. It's just end to end.
Yeah. Yeah.
We look after, we make sure the customers, the clients, and even our clients from Airbnb or from Booking.com, they're well looked after because it just comes in double fold.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
How was your experience? I mean, in terms of making money is one, but just in general, did you enjoy the conversation? Did you enjoy the company? I mean, you went with us to Hobart
Yes.
for one night with your brother
Yeah.
and with us. How would you describe? How would you share that experience?
Oh yeah, lovely. It was lovely. I think it's a must. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it gives you a real insight into what's at play. What you're stepping into, just to understand it. You know what I mean? I mean, again, Hobart is a beautiful city. Number one. Yeah, and then sort of also see your network. See, I think because you have such an extensive network in Hobart with builders, tradesmen, real estate people. You've got a very good strong network, and I think just to see it from that perspective, and then from the second one, which is just to sort of assess it, see it from like a buyer's perspective, you understand why the short-term strategy stacks up.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't stacks up in Hobart, it wouldn't stack up anywhere. That's why I think from my own understanding, I think that's the reason why I was confident in Hobart and in Cairns.
Yeah.
Because that supply shortage is there, the foot traffic is there with all the people that are visiting Hobart, and then internally there's a lot of demand as well.
Yeah.
So you can get a feel for that when you're on the ground, and you understand that. Yeah, you understand that. It's not going anywhere and anywhere soon because it's so hard to build.
Oh,
and you get that.
exactly.
Yeah, you see that because the whole place. It's you can build 2 houses in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Com-
Half the
com-
price. Yeah.
So I think if you know where to buy and how to buy, and if you've got the right strategy behind it, and I think it will make the numbers work.
Yeah. I mean, we are so big on strategy. I think if you get the strategy right, it doesn't matter if you go and buy in a push. If you got the strategy right, if you know what you're going to do with that asset, you won't do anything wrong.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I'm really glad you trusted us,
Yeah.
not only with one, not only with two, like three,
Now the third one.
third one, and,
Yeah, yeah.
and the numbers just going to keep going up.
Yeah.
So you do what you're good at, we do what we're good at, and we just make it work for ourselves and for yourselves.
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely. And I think, as I said to you at the start, I think I think my trust is more because you guys are passionate, you are genuine, you're honest, and you're transparent. You don't shy away from answering also complicated questions, which is great. Understanding numbers and understanding where the money is going. I think even just to sort of understand the maths behind what an average buyer is paying in the suburb, and if you are paying less, paying more, what is it that for? So that really helps. Yeah, no, that's good.
No, that's good. Look, we're having a lot of fun time. Obviously missing Bhavesh here.
Yeah,
He loves the camera.
Yeah,
He loves the camera, and I'm doing his job.
you will be proud of me, Bhavesh.
So the last question, on a scale of 10, if you have to recommend, to any of your friends or any of your family members, on a scale of 10, what's your recommendation?
I don't like using scales, but you know what? Yeah, you guys are very close to 10 because I think, especially right now, and I think I hope that you keep on doing what you're doing and keep on doing with the same passion and with the same level of commitment to keep on staying connected with your investors, with the people that are coming to your business for business. The more when it becomes just a corporate structure, that's when the heart goes out of work.
Yeah.
I think your business, whatever you're pursuing right now, it's got a lot of heart in it. I think keep that, and the rest will just take care of itself.
Perfect.
No
Thank you,
worries.
friends.
Yeah, no worries.
Look, we had amazing night. Had drinks.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
6
in.
gin and tonics each. Roughly.
But that was a good time.
Yeah, no
Thank
worries.
you for doing this.
No worries.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's